Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Cool, cool. You hear the music? Cool, cool. You hear the music? What up, Nissa Nissa? Oh, all right. So I was trying to figure out how to do live from YouTube. So I just came through StreamYards because you know trying to figure that out is I'll figure it out another day. Some things just get on my nerves. I've been seeing stuff going on around here, and it's just crazy. And it's like it's kind of irritating a little bit because some of the stuff that I'm glad you in, Layla, because you know how I am about my peoples. And I battle. I don't care where we at, black sector, most sector. If they don't have the information right, I'm gonna comment and say things. You feel me? And then the situation and people commenting on stuff and they wasn't there and talking all this crap. That shit is for the birds. Like you say, do your fucking research and then come with the facts. Ain't nobody with Libra tagged on their ass scared. Ain't no Libra scared that I know of. Ain't no Libra got fear in their blood. And if they knew they facts, they'd have seen if somebody would have walked their ass across the street, what would have happened. Ain't nobody crying, called no popo, none of that bullshit. I was busy working all week, so I really couldn't chime in, but I seen little bits and pieces. And then the parts I did catch, I had red ball back and I had got hot because I couldn't even, because a turban dirty bitch has so much to say. So they lie, don't come up here harassing me either. Nessa, how you doing? Throwing oranges at me. What's up, Joe? Thank y'all for coming by. I appreciate y'all showing me a little bit of love. Just coming here just to say a little things. The other night I happened to be in Quan chat and it was this lady. Quan was streaming and she was drunk on St. Patrick's Day and she was having a field day. She was upset with Greg streaming her live, talking about she gonna flag him down and stuff like that. No, don't go ham. Try to keep balance. And I had noticed somebody reply say they not getting on no panel, so it was what was done in the past in the past. Yeah, that shit was funny. You should have saw it. E Love came through there. That lady was her name Empress Love or some shit like that. It was just wild. I said, oh, she just don't know she troll food now. Yeah, I know y'all know that lady. Y'all be over there in grade check. She won't grade bad too. That's his new boo thing. He just don't know it yet. I don't know. My other half supposed to come in. I don't know where she at. I don't know why my picture not showing. So y'all in the clouds, thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. I might not be on here too long, but I had went out today, so I didn't know if I was gonna make it back in time. So that's why I set the time for the live. So y'all know I'm in North Dakota, right? So so a few of us, it's a few black people here, right? So we went out. We thought it was gonna be Sunday brunch today, right? There was no Sunday brunch. Try to support the black folks here that's in town, and went to go have Sunday brunch. It wasn't no Sunday brunch, so we end up getting Philly cheesesteak, whatever, because the lady is from the East Coast, and when I tell you it was ghetto, that shit was. I mean, I just ain't want to leave and walk out. So I had a mimosa, and you know that Tampico juice. They used the Tampico juice for the mimosa. It wasn't even orange juice with pineapple slices in it. I don't even know what kind of champagne they use, but I had done went to the liquor store before that, and I had got this Ciroc honey melon. I don't know if y'all heard of that. Some honey melon Ciroc, and I got me some Stella Rose mimosa. I might get lit later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all been up to today? Y'all been good today? I don't know. Ain't nobody talking. Lady Love, my only friend. At least y'all came to support me. I appreciate that much. Even if y'all working and listening and stuff. Today's Sunday. It's a chill day to be with the family and stuff like that. I'm a long way from my family. So, I try to do the best I can while I'm away from my mom right now. 'Cause she old and stuff like that. You need to drink. Layla, when you go to the liquor store, get that Ciroc honey melon. Try that out. I don't know if you drink Ciroc, but it tastes pretty good. Mix it with some Sprite or whatever. It's some mixed drink thing. You know how to mix drinks and hook it up. So I'm lucky to have a day off today because I'm gonna be hella busy next week because next week we got a lot of events at this hotel, getting ready for Easter. Okay, I see you. Easter and then Mother's Day and all that stuff coming up. Are you coming up when you finish cooking? I need somebody to come up here and talk with me. Uh, Let me put the link back. I don't know how to do nothing. Lady, like you don't never check your Instagram. I could have sent you a picture of that Ciroc. I know you probably get 1,000 Instagram notifications because I'm in so many Instagram group chats. I turn my notifications off, so I know that's what you did. See, I know, just like a Libra. Hey,
Hey, my Regis.
hey, my candy.
I had to hit the link. I had to hit the link. I'm like, oh shit.
Hey, I'm out here.
Hey.
I'm trying to keep myself entertained while I'm in North Dakota till I go back home.
Lord.
And it's a mess out here. This weather is bipolar. It was snowing yesterday. Today it's warm. The snow all melting and all that.
Hey, they can
I'm trying.
come through accent. You know I love me a good old nasty accent. I just had to come like, oh, I got to go say hey to my Regis. Fuck what you talking about. Hey, y'all in the chat. I ain't finna hold you up. Have a great stream and I'm listening.
Yeah, I just was telling a little bit how I felt about this bullshit. Motherfuckers
Oh,
want to throw y'all in the cause they mad. I don't care. Them hoes
they
stupid
mad than a
anyway.
motherfucker, ain't it?
They mad about your
But guess
game.
what?
They trying to figure it out. They don't even know what the concept is. They just lost like a motherfucker.
But who would have thunk that just one, two, three, four will have motherfuckers in a frenzy like that?
I know
The basic numbers,
that's shit. That's the funny part. They try to
ain't
figure
it?
out the black sector. They don't know what black sector about.
Based off of one, two, three, four. Bless the. It's alright though.
Ain't
Look, it'll be
nobody
alright.
cloud chasing and nothing. We know how to have fun. Talking about we ain't got no content because we doing y'all funny. It's hilarious.
Alright, let me go in the chat. Do your thing. And shout out
All
to you.
right.
And I shared you out too. I shared it out yesterday. I think that was yesterday when I
I
saw the
saw that.
notification.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yep.
that.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right. I got the love from everybody. Look here, lady law. What you cook today? I want to know what you cook. Cause I was disappointed with that meal I had got today. I was really set on some mimosas and a Sunday brunch. Try to go support the black folks that's here and stuff like that. Yep, I ain't wanna. We told her it was like had the kids being the server. It was just a mess. But I think people that are in that food industry and service industry. Oh, so you eating healthy? We are the worst critic. Dirty rice, you know how to make dirty rice? Don't play with me, lady. I'm gonna do a food cook off with you one day. DJ Wood wait to go cook and stuff while I go live. Okay. Somebody made some corned beef hash from scratch. It was alright. I don't know. I just like that corned beef hash out the can was some nice toast and a fried egg. I know I sound country, huh? I haven't even been on Bigo to harass you either, Lady Law. When I wake up, cause you know my time different. The time different. I'm an hour behind, but still I should be able to wake up. Oh, okay. I don't know. She ain't tell me. Probably some chicken or a turkey, and XO, what you cooking? We want to know. We being nosy right now. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened while I was at work the other day. I tell y'all, I don't even know. I don't. I mean, I'm working the kitchen, and this is the first time I ever see. Yeah, she better not be drinking no Wawa juice. I ain't saying you none. I was in the kitchen in the back prepping, right? So this guy walks in the back door, and I thought he was coming to look for a job, but he just walked in the back door, you know. So I looked at him like he was crazy, right? And then my coworker that worked with me when I was in Georgia, he had asked him for the guy that was working on the line, and the guy came back there and stuff like that. Come to find out, the guy was coming there to ask him to come work at his place, and he'll pay more money. And I was like, what kind of stuff is that? I mean, that's hey, Miss Raz, that's that's disrespectful as hell. But you know, the chef, he was sitting in the office with the door closed doing some paperwork. So he didn't know until they told him to come out and stuff like that. So yesterday he came back and the chef was aware and told him and kicked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Coming there trying to steal a man co-workers and shit. Cause I guess whoever wherever he at, he ain't got nobody to work for him or his business. It's just crazy up here. But where I'm at, it's this a oil town. There's a lot of oilers here. It's a lot of oilers here and everything, and they come and they spend their money. I just can't deal with it. The snow. Try to stay indoors. I went out today and think I'll be here for a few more months. They want me to stay here though. I don't know if Nissa's still in the chat. She said hi. You know, they just came through, show some. Hey, what's up, Jeff? What up? Let me hook y'all up. Oh, oh, never mind. Hey, Jeff, I was telling them about the other day at Quan Stream. Hey, Jeff, did you go on that lady panel? It's there. I don't know. See, when somebody come up, I do that. See that? Yeah. Y'all need some artwork done? Just hit up, huh? Y'all just hit up EXO. She did this for me. My my overlay. See, she did that one too. Who was Ox? I was wondering. Y'all being bad in the chat, huh? Hi. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
How you doing?
you know your picture's not showing, right?
Yeah, I know it's not.
You gotta refresh it.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm about to go cook my chicken.
That's it.
What?
Y'all hear her trying to sound like me.
Hey, wah wah.
Lady Law said you better not be drinking no Wawa juice either.
I got tea. No Wawa
You
tea.
got Wawa tea. That's even worse.
No, regular tea. Please. Alright, I'm going. I gotta finish cooking, for real. I'll be in the chat.
This DJ XO.
Don't fuck with me, man. Don't fuck with me.
Lord. So what y'all been up to? Miss Raz, what you doing? You at work? See, it's getting boring now. She done hop down. You know I ain't gonna be live long. Nissa, what you? Oh yeah, you say you smoking. I'm trying to get y'all to come on the panel, and y'all don't want to come. Y'all some heifers. All right. Thank you for coming up.
No problem. I heard the distress call. He said it's getting boring. I was
I
like, hold on a
want
minute.
you. I want you to tell them about when you was on the panel with the lady the other night with Quan.
Oh, Lonnie One Love. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
So I went up there pretending to be Rich Bleezy's son. That was funny. I was
That
trying to
was
cut my
hilarious.
camera on, but I don't know what's going on. I think StreamYard is not letting me cut it on. I guess I don't know. I'm on my phone. I don't understand why that's not connecting. So I have to try and figure that
I
out.
think StreamYard acting up.
Well, I got so many accounts. It might be that might be the problem. So I just probably have to go and find my original account because I know the camera will pop up. But yeah, I was up there pretending to be Rich Bleezy's son. I think she bought it. I think she thinks I ain't
Yeah.
shit, but I think she's heard the name before. So it's like, oh, that's your daddy, and I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
And I
So
think she was in the chat too.
no, that was between you and me. That was me.
Oh.
So yeah, it's funny because I ran in like we did like a family reunion on Lady La's panel, and he didn't believe that him and I looked the same. So when I cut my camera on, he was like, "Holy shit, y'all, we do look like we're family." So I now I've been running around with that saying that we family. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, what's up, Josh?
What's going on?
What's up, Regis? I just came up here because she talking best, talk about, hey, I need to come out here. And I'm smoking. I can barely hit the link and smoke. I'm choking and shit.
Oh.
All that shit. God damn, nigga. Shit. Let a nigga breathe first. Shit, you only been live for 10 minutes, nigga. God damn. Shit. Nah, bro, what's up, y'all?
Now you know this is my first live, and
I
up here
feel like you've
shooting the
been
shit.
live before, though.
No,
Why
I
is
have
that?
not had no panel or none of that.
You know that's
Live.
weird because I got your notification, like it came through and said you was live, and I'm like, what?
Was that on TikTok? I mean, not TikTok, Twitch. It probably was on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I was
No,
on
it was
live on
here.
Twitch.
I got the notification here on YouTube.
No, I
could have
was
sworn I
live
got
on
one
Twitch.
before too, but
I seen you when
yeah,
I was playing the game. I didn't even know you had came in and looked in the chat when I was on Twitch
right.
streaming
I'll
my
be
game.
over there. Yeah, I'll be over there. When I see you go live, I'll be in there from time to time. Sometimes I just
Okay.
watch to see what you playing and see
Yeah,
what
I
you
was
got.
playing GTA.
I might have to
I just,
reactivate my Twitch account. I didn't know y'all was over there like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
we be
we be
over
over
there.
there. I just got
I need to.
Mafia. I might
I need
start
to.
streaming that.
I need to get into Twitch. I need to start. I need to really take my Twitch shit serious and become a real gamer on that bitch. I need to really
Well,
do
You
there's
see
that.
how
that's
they be
good.
doing on Twitch?
You don't
They
even have to
be
be just a gamer. You could do your day-to-day thing on Twitch.
I
Um,
see
I,
that. I've seen
yeah,
that. I've seen people
and
do other things too. I was
yep,
trying.
and they get paid. I mean, once you have a big enough following, and you got people that are paying to watch you, you collect a nice, a good amount of money on it.
On Twitch? Okay.
Yeah. There's a guy on there. Well, he gets trolled like crazy, but he's been doing it since 2017. Named Ice Poseidon. I mean, he films everywhere he goes. Well, minus the bathroom and
Right.
that kind of stuff for changing, but he films everywhere he goes, and he's collected a huge following on Twitch over the years. So there's people out there that do it. I just don't know what the restrictions are because I know platforms like that there are restrictions just like Bigo, and I don't knock anybody that do either or. I mean, why not? This is the new day and age where you could just make money by just doing your day to day.
That's true.
yeah, it's good. They have multiple streams and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Now
it's
that
good to have income.
now StreamYard has this thing like if you guys were on my panel, y'all can stream to your people as well. And y'all get this. I just
Oh
saw
yeah,
that the
yeah,
other
yeah.
day.
YouTube has that function if you go into
Yeah.
your settings where you can dual live. You could share each other's live. Like
Mhm.
you can join lives together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that feature in when I went into YouTube Studio. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Say
But
like
I'm not content
you
creator.
had like uh 2,000 people in your chat and you got a large following and you're on someone else's panel and they open the settings up, you can stream to your people. They don't have to go over there to the other person's channel.
Yep, yep, yeah. I think
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
I think it's the same thing. I wonder. I don't know. I have to do a little bit more research. I wonder if StreamYards and YouTube are
I'm,
co-part.
I think
Like
it's the same. You go into your settings and you can have a guest. Um, and I think on StreamYard you have to go to the guest settings and the guest can go ahead and stream.
mm,
And there was like can the YouTubers or whatever. Like, cause some people stream through StreamYard on the YouTube. I think it's the same. It'll be the same thing.
just the downside of StreamYards is if you use up your time, you got to pay for it. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's the downside. But the positive of it is you can go live immediately. You don't have to wait to have over 1,000
Hey
people.
man, RE, what's up, RE?
Hey, Ari. But okay, I gotta check that shit out. I gotta go to my YouTube studios, see what y'all talking about.
Yeah,
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And then you all both get views. You know, whoever's in that chat get the views, and then your people when you're on your stream, you get the views for that. So
Mhm. Wow. So
Okay.
what you been up to, Regis? What's the plan?
what I did, well, I just was telling them about my brunch I had went out to, and it was not a brunch because the person didn't have it set up, and it was like ghetto fied. It was
Oh
terrible. The food. I mean, have you ever had a mimosa made with Tampico juice,
no, I've had a
orange
mimosa,
juice?
but not no, I never. No.
It's the Tampico fruit juice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were making the mimosas with that.
No, it don't sound too good.
No.
You see, with brunch, you got to be careful because it's breakfast. You know, it's breakfast for lunch, but you can have all different types of things. I've seen people use seafood breakfast. I've seen even people use little, maybe that might even mix a little bit of dinner in it,
Hmm.
but um, mainly, I think the main thing I've ever seen used in brunch is well, lobster, shrimp. Um, obviously, your breakfast fixings like pancakes, eggs, sausage, the works, stuff like that, waffles, chicken. But I don't see how you could screw that up. It's very simple. You could just, use the simple amenities that you would use for breakfast for brunch.
No one was in the restaurant, but me and the two other people that went.
Wow.
Yeah, so that and we didn't leave. We said, okay, we'll just order whatever.
Mhm.
So we got a Philly cheese steak with fries, and they burnt the cheese. It was it was burnt. I was like,
Wow.
how do you
That's
burn a cheese steak? I mean,
not giving a damn. They just leave the damn. Well, wait. Was the meat and cheese burned? Well, the meat and the onions and the peppers burned, or
yes,
was it the bread that was burned, or all of the
Oh
above?
God.
everything was burnt.
Yeah, they just
Oh,
left. They
I
didn't
was
give a
trying
damn.
to stay on mute, but damn it, that came out. Shit.
They just left your shit
Cause
on
you
the
said the
grill.
peppers was burnt. Shit. I tried to hurry up and go on mute before coughing and I didn't make it. Okay. Damn. How long did they leave that shit on the fucking skillet?
I You could hear them in the back cooking it, right? And I'm like, it's taking a long time. I know it don't take that long to make cheese steak
No.
and fries. And we were waiting a while. So
It sounded like Tyra was cooking that shit.
What?
She was.
so
So
the
much for the
lady,
plan. So much for
wait,
the plan, Jeff. So much for that, right? Where did that go?
That ain't go nowhere.
that
That
Only
nigga took
lady,
his
motherfucker I've ever
ribs
seen in my
quick.
life grill fries. Like
That,
that shit
that
is
goddamn
crazy.
nigga took his ribs so quick. Just as quick as he noticed he had it, he took that motherfucker. Bitch, get
Oh,
your ass up out of here.
you talk about nanny dogs. Oh
Right.
man. Oh man.
That motherfucker.
No, you know what? I think I have that recording. I don't know if he took it down or not. It made me laugh so hard I had to record it because Tyra was going through his wrench list. And
Right.
no, I think that video's still up. He was going through his wrench list and he was like, Nanny Dogs has a wrench. Hold up. He was
Yeah,
like,
it's
hold up.
exhausted. It's exhausted.
Because he saw that, he took everybody's wrench. That shit was
Everybody
gold.
ready. Everybody ready gotta go.
damn.
Hey man, if you out there, don't feel bad, man. I'm not trying to bang on you, man. It's just that was funny. I
That
haven't
shit
seen
was
Danny
funny.
Dogs in a minute. I haven't seen
Right. I guess he forgot that him and Nanny Dogs had a conversation and they kind of was talking. Like, I guess he forgot about that shit. And he gave him the wrench. I don't know how the fuck he forgot that quick, bro. Like,
He
that
was
fucking quick,
drunk
he forgot that shit.
the
He
day
probably
that
got
he, the
the
day
when he was drunk.
yeah, he was drunk. That was a day where he could have fallen on the floor.
Yeah,
He couldn't
you
fall
could
on the
tell.
floor again. That's how drunk he was. And when he got like anything was happening, everything was happening. He was letting all the trolls come up. I mean, I was up there at least 6 times on his panel, and he just kept. He knew that we were all trolling. He even let Sean go up there. He knows Sean trolls him every day, and he just let him
Right,
go up there. He
right.
let the dude that says "boy," he let him stay up there. That shit, that hit
You
man.
know he drunk when he let trolls stay up there. He drunk. That's what he
Yeah,
real drunk.
he was gone.
Yeah,
But
when he let all y'all up there like that, he let the floodgates open like that. He real drunk. That nigga fucked up.
I was just crying when he came back the next day. he
He
was,
was like,
he was
nigga,
like,
daddy got a wrench. Nigga, oh hell nah. Nigga, all y'all riches is gone. He said riches is gone. I'm taking all you niggas riches. Sorry. He said I'm
you
the
know,
only one who gonna have a wrench in this bitch.
it was
Oh, you still
funny. It
got
was
your
a
wrench, Mister?
I have, you
still,
know what's funny? I have my wrench in his original, the first channel, but not Facts Over, not the
Oh, okay.
Facts Law and not that
evidence.
one.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
I
not
don't know
that
why he don't use that. You know what's crazy? I went back to that old channel and I was going through his old videos, just watching them, right? Just because the metamorphosis of him in the past 3 years is scary because he was, he has really fallen off the deep end in the past 3 years. Like he has really declined. Ron Japer is not blocked because I saw him in the chat of one of the old videos on the channel you're talking about, Nisha. So I was like,
one.
okay, why is he not using this channel? I don't get it. Why is he using
I
this
think
one?
he's not using it. I could have sworn I heard him say he got a strike on that. I don't know if that actually is true though. I don't know. That's what I
He
thought
hasn't
I
used
heard him
that
say.
channel in
I
years.
don't
It's been
know.
years now since he used that channel. It's been
Right.
years.
It's been at least I think it's been like at least a year now. He hasn't been
Two
on that
years.
channel
It's
for a
been about
minute.
2 years. It's been about 2 years since he used that channel. And
I think
the other one, I
he
don't know if
went
you.
live. No, he went live recently, like maybe 8 months ago on that channel, and then
Okay.
so that's how I knew I had a wrench still over there.
Okay. Okay.
And because I just waited till he went live, but he don't go live over there like that. I don't know why. I don't. I really
The
don't
other
know.
channel.
You
The other
still hit
channel
his
he
panel?
has.
No, I don't really hit it no more. Ever since he kicked me off for the dress code shit because my breast was out and shit. Like I ain't been back.
She had a
Yeah,
little
I've
bit
been
of
in his chat
cleavage.
though. I'll sometimes like if I'm feeling it, I'll go in his chat and talk to him a little bit. But hitting his link, I don't know. Every time I hit his link, my cha cha is gonna be out on purpose, just cause.
She had a little bit of cleavage on on his stream. I mean, a little bit, and he flipped out. He just
Yeah,
flipped the fuck out. It wasn't
because
even that. It
it could
wasn't
have
even
been
that
worse than
serious.
that. That
It
little bit of
was.
cleavage was nothing.
I
Okay.
think. I think Donna saw it. I think she was looking at
Oh,
his screen and looked at him. I think that's what happened, and that's why he flipped out.
He did. He flipped out and then ended the live, privated the live, and then went live again after that and said, if you bitches want to hit my link, y'all better have y'all clothes on, shirt on. Y'all bitches better have a dress. There's a dress code hit by my goddamn link. You bitches ain't gonna be coming up here showing all your titties and shit. Fuck that. I'm gonna cuss your ass out if you hit my fucking link and you ain't got on no clothes. I said, well, bitch, I don't, sorry. Almost every piece of item of shirt top that I own shows at least a little bit of cleavage. Just a little bit. So you gonna have to get over that, but I don't know what to tell you.
He
That
a
shit
wild
crazy.
man. He a
had to go
wild
up there
man.
like a nun, huh?
Yeah, I don't, I don't have no shirt in my, like, if I think right now what I got in my closet, nothing in my closet. Like, I got a couple t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? But you got a couple of those. But I don't wear those unless, like, I'm on my period or some shit. I don't fucking wear those on an everyday fucking basis. I wear t-shirts, like, like little tight little shirts that have a little cleavage in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Well, you
with
gotta
Jeff.
remember
I
Tyra.
think Donna saw it
Tyra.
and she got
Yep.
about to cut his eyes out.
Cut his eyes. Tyra live up north, so
Hey,
him
Mr.
and Donna
James.
Hey,
wear
Regis.
heavy. Hey,
Hey,
James, what's
James.
going on?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, James.
Hey,
How you
What's going
doing?
on?
good. I come up to admire the fine ass.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I didn't even see that. You got a good eye, James.
Oh,
Look at
God.
that.
Do you want my glasses?
I'm gonna need them. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
I'm older than
Yeah,
you, and I can
got
You
still
are.
do that.
But I'm aging, man. I feel, joint pain. I'm getting old,
joint
man.
pain. Oh my God. Regis,
It's
stop being bestie.
okay, now I can see it. I can see it. Good job. Thank you, Regis. Thank you.
Blind man reading Braille could see that one.
That shows how bad it is for me.
Thank you
You
for
ain't
coming
bestie.
by, James. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you while I've been working a lot, so glad
Yeah,
you stopped by.
I was surprised that I seen that you posted where you're gonna go live, and I could not come.
Uh,
Yeah.
I had a little random thoughts I had said about this beef sector, black sector thing, and everybody got their 2 cents in, and they think they know what happened in the past with certain content creators, and they don't know what's going on and all this stupid shit.
What's the black sector?
Oh, I think it's that.
That thing is gone.
Yeah, well, I think it's absolutely great. Everybody's trying to figure out each other, and nobody can figure out shit.
Yeah,
I think
this is
they think the black sector is only a handful of people. They don't know how big the black sector really is.
yeah.
Right.
A lot of us have really moved on to other things like other communities, but we're pretty big. We still are. And I mean, I guess if you add in the dark side of the sector, this technically is the black sector, but they do something completely different. I just
Right.
don't go up there.
Yeah,
I don't think they can handle that. That'd be
I
too
can't
much.
handle that. They're doing, when they start posting each other's private areas, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that, man. I couldn't do it no more. And
Right.
I think the last channel I was really frequenting a lot was Styles, but then Styles kept talking about, LA every day. Every day it was about LA.
Oh, remember when him and Tommy used to go at it?
Yeah. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat thing was hilarious. The cat
yeah.
thing, the little cat skits was funny. That was just.
Hey, Clem.
What's going on, Clementine?
Yeah.
I can't see the chat.
Hey, Clem.
Get my iPad.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's a lot going on. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, see, and that's the reason why. I mean, you're right, Jeff. I mean, you bring in all the little places in the black sector and everything. It's actually bigger than the beef sector. But you're right. I mean, the black sector is actually branching out into other places. It's just, it's just not even just the beef sector. It's just all the other places that there are, like the Mo3 sector.
I don't think that the black sector is bigger than the beef sector. The beef sector is definitely bigger. They have more numbers than we do.
Yeah, but
It's go ahead.
but if you put the numbers together and everything, I don't really think that it's bigger. I just think that we take more sides than what they do.
Well, this is my opinion, right? So, in the past, if you exclude the mergers, prior to the mergers, we've had less than each chat, less than 200 people. But when Buddy and Lady Law, they started branching out, they brought more people from other sectors, not just the beef sector, right? So,
Right.
more and more people were coming in. So yes, our numbers have doubled, but a lot of those people are from other sectors. They're not truly black sector.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, that's
Yeah, but I mean, I've been going over into the beef sector for a couple of years, probably 3 years. I mean, the first time that I went over there is when Clydiva went over there and Rick Reed, or when she had that big falling out, and Rick Reed was taking and roasting the shit out of her, and that was
Oh wow, so you were there. Oh, okay. Because see, I didn't really follow Clydiva. It just wasn't really my cup of tea.
well.
But that
I
would make
mean,
sense because I did hear about her going over there and getting into fights with people. So that would make sense because I know you were over there with Clydiva, so you would have more knowledge than I would. So I don't know.
well, I mean, Clydiva is one of those love-hate relationships. I mean, you love to hate her, but you still love her, and you know, but but the main reason why I did is because I really wasn't for Clydiva, but I wasn't
Mm.
against her either.
Yeah,
But but when she fell out, and I heard somebody, I forget who dropped the link to Rick Reed, is when I went over there, and he was roasting her, and that's when I started finding out about Jay Wilson and a couple of the other ones.
Okay, so you got a crash course way before we did because I was like, yo, who are these people? And then
Yeah.
we had the people that frequent the black sector a lot now. They
Hey,
I guess
Clem,
they
welcome.
find hey
How you
Clem,
doing?
and that one right there is a beef sector representative or ex beef sector.
I don't represent none of this shit.
But she's a transplant from over there, so I mean, she would know. She would know more. I don't know because I don't, like I said, I don't frequent over there. I just it's so expansive, just like the black sector. I was like, for me, I just stick to where we are, but they're kind of like the big content creators are forcing us over there because they're reviewing their stuff. So I don't know. I guess we've merged.
Man, I don't give a fuck about them people. I don't pay attention enough. I mean, okay, when I started watching the beef sector, it was James Caldwell and Lady Nika. They were doing TV reviews. And then Sean Bradley and all them came along. I didn't know about them because I only watched James. And when I was watching him, he started arguing with Lady Nika and then Sean and him fell out and all that. And then all these other people came along. So I've been watching it since 2015. Like James Caldwell started when he was, like I said, doing TV reviews and documenting his like hospital experiences. So I was here long before we even heard of a fucking VS and all of them. But when they came along, this shit changed. I mean, it got demonic,
Damn, so you're the
Y'all
OG
see how this murder is
of that
going?
sector.
Yeah, you a OG then, huh?
Y'all see how this shit is going? That's why I don't say shit. What's the point? They've been doing this for years. People have always talked about children. They've always talked about the dead. They've always talked about all these things. It's not right, but they're not going to stop. People keep watching. Why would they stop? If they can put F your dead mom in a title and get 2,000 people in the chat, why would they change?
Right.
Wow.
People keep watching.
If you just dead like that,
a fucking problem. Stop watching. Like, if you don't want to see the shit, don't watch. The subscribers hold all the power in all of this shit. Like you if nobody came in there, you can't go live without at least 50 subscribers or some shit. So like,
now I was introduced to one of those people over there, right? And somebody was going at one of them, and then they posted their mother in a casket. Like it was
what?
That threw me off. I was like, where are we going?
Probably they do that shit all the time. Like, I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not right. I'm against it. I think those people are fucking sick. But you can only say, hey, I disagree with this so many fucking times, especially if you're in the fucking chat. I'm not going to keep coming back here to tell y'all I don't like it. I just don't show up.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
and don't fucking watch.
yeah, well, and if there was more people like that, then they would quit doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
But as long
That's
as people are going to go watch it,
yeah, people like to see shit
they do it.
as much as people claim they don't like to see shit like that. They like to see fucking train wrecks. I mean, they're
Right.
yeah.
talking about these fights or some shit in the Mo3 sector. I haven't really paid attention, but people want to see shit like that.
Yeah, that was my issue, especially right now with the black sector, because of the people that are coming over and frequenting a lot. It seems like the fights are always ending up turning towards people attacking each other's children, and I'm not going to tell nobody to stop. Like you said, Clem, I'm just not going to watch no more. I was like,
Yeah,
I can't do that, man. It's wild. I mean, you do what you do. You do what you do, but I'm not going to watch it. That's some wild stuff.
people attack children because it is easy. It's easy to trigger people. You say something about somebody's kids, they want to kill you. Like, it's real easy to get a reaction out of somebody when you talk about all these things so often. So that's why they keep doing it, because it works.
Well, and you know, chaos brings numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Tommy, and I hate bringing up his name, but Tommy's the one that called it out a long time ago. You know, if you're just doing a regular stream, you don't get hardly any cash donations, and you don't get very many people in.
But you see, that's why he was doing it too. Yes, that's why he jumped in it too.
Well, he had no choice. It was one way of making money. You know,
You ever noticed?
It's a necessary evil.
You ever notice when you be in Tommy chat and then everybody he's cursing somebody out in the chat or on the panel, or you know what I'm saying? It'd be like a million people in there.
Yeah.
Like last night he
Super
was
chat
live.
coming in. Yeah.
What's up, classic? Yeah, he was live last night with this couple I saw when I got off work.
I don't know.
My Tommy
Yeah,
days are done. I'm
he's
done
bad.
watching. If I'm gonna wait for the right opportunity, I'm gonna start trolling him again. I'm not gonna. It's this, what he's doing now is exactly what he was doing when I first ran into him in 2012, like on YouTube. It's the same thing. Like he's trying to build his numbers back up by doing,
Yeah, he only had like 2,000 people in his chat, and that's a low number for him.
Yeah, that's a low number for him.
I don't know.
6,000 people in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen him hold a lot more than that, but I haven't. I mean, I watched Tommy, I don't know, four days ago or something like that, and he only had like under 800 people. So, and I really was surprised about that.
I thought he was supposed to be on YouTube.
Well, they haven't.
We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still promoting his OnlyFans and his other websites and Twitch and all that. He be on those.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's where his numbers are at.
Well, you got to have YouTube to take and bring in the numbers. You know, and if you're going to go to another social platform, you got to have YouTube to be able to take it and bring them over to the other platforms. Tommy's not the only one that's ever done that. There are a lot of big ones. Steven Crowder just recently signed a contract over on
oh shit, let me take this call.
Shoot. I'll give you another example that Tommy has partnered with to go hand in hand with what you're talking about. For Tariq Nasheed, Vlad TV, and those are two people that he beefed with.
Right.
What up, Joe?
Remember, Vlad jumped up. Vlad. Well, I don't know how anybody feels about that. Vlad setting up Tommy for.
I remember that.
Come in and gave him the coon train. That was wild. That was very crazy. I didn't expect that, and I didn't realize how short Tommy was I was like, damn, that is messed up, man. Y'all gonna set that man up like that? That ain't right.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
weird because they were cool, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean, Vlad did that. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh, my
Uh-oh.
computer screen went blank.
Oh, that's not
So,
good.
Yeah, it had cut
I
out.
don't, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was really Vlad did that for a reason. He knew that he would get content out of it, other than that he never played it. Tommy actually got more content out of it than Vlad
Yeah.
did.
That's why I believe it was a setup because I don't think it was ever recorded by Vlad.
No,
I don't think it was ever recorded.
no, Tommy said that he had it recorded, but he never played it.
Oh, that's
So-
interesting. That's kind of weird.
Well, you never know, because sometimes if you got that in your back pocket, you just
Oh
never
yeah, you're
know.
right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. If he ever tries to run for try to run for
President.
politics, yeah, you pull that video out your back pocket. You're right. You got a good
Yep.
point there. Yep. You hold that. Yeah. See, that's some dirty. I hate that. That's very dirty. You always got people that do that. They'll record you in the background and you just don't know. And then all of a
Right.
sudden, when you're about to do something, they pop up with it. It's very. That kind of behavior. I just can't stand it, man.
Right. So, but I mean, I still think, Tommy's still, being, if you believe in the First Amendment and everything, he still, still has a right to be on YouTube. But even at that, words have consequences.
That's correct.
And sometimes the consequences is you're going to get ran out of someplace.
I agree with you.
And
But I think that's the other thing that people. Yes, the First Amendment right plays into when you're in a public setting. Like nobody could stop you from talking. Like okay, so like the police physically can't stop you from just speaking to someone else because as long as you're not, infringing on their rights. But YouTube is a corporate setting, so technically they can silence you because it's a great. I don't know. It's a grayish area,
It's a big grayish area because it's it's supposed to be the town square,
right?
And being that YouTube is so big, it became the town square. But then again, so was Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All them big websites are all the same, but they all have the same policies too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, as long as you fall in line, they're not going to bother you. But once you start going against the grain, they'll take you down. Just like it's eventually they're going to just look. They're going to probably turn a blind eye and let him stay on here until he pisses off the right person again, and then they take him out again. So,
right.
I don't know, man. I don't care if he's on here or not. It's just that
it doesn't make any difference to me because I mean there's a button that that's on everybody's deal that has YouTube, and it's called log off or go to another channel. You ain't got to go to him. You ain't got to listen to the shit.
That's very true, but people love to hear what they hate.
That's true.
Which is very strange.
And they can't put it down.
Nope.
And then they got to react to it.
Yep. Very odd behavior. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I'll listen to stuff and I'm not going to listen to that, but I do. But it's a very strange behavior. Human beings like to listen to what they hate. I guess it's just in our nature. We claim that we don't, but at times we'll catch ourselves and damn, I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. I mean, I guess it's just, it's just programmed behavior. There's not much anything you can do about it, but just catch yourself on the correct course. But I don't know.
Yeah,
When it comes to him, he just
sometimes
won't stay out of his already.
yeah. Well, if he had never going at when Tommy went at Kwame, it was okay, but it got to be all the time, and there's
That's
a
when
point
I
in
stopped
time.
watching him because he was doing it. I'm
Right.
like, I don't want to hear this every day. That's when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
But it was okay. But he was doing the same thing when it was Tyra, though. Remember, there was a point in what was that 2017, 2016, 2017. It was damn near every day where him and
Right.
Tyra were going in on each other.
I
Right.
don't know. I
And
think it was. I mean, it was funny.
it was funny. But and then it branched off into other things because other people started coming about. That's when you had the God TV come out of nowhere, the Sun grown, and then you had
Rashida,
you said who?
Rashida Strober.
Yeah, Rashida Strober. You had all
Oh
these,
God.
which I don't even. You know what? I don't know where she is now. I hope
She's
she's doing the
still
best for. I hope she's doing the best
she
for. So,
she's still on YouTube. She
wow.
just don't go. She just here lately. She just hasn't been doing as many lives.
Well, that means that she has found something to preoccupy her time, which is good. That's good
Well, she
because
got
she was
married.
losing her mind on here.
Oh, yeah, and she doesn't yell like she used to either until
Oh
she
wow.
gets pissed off. But when
Well,
you
that's
remember
good.
when she first came on, how she'd be all pissed off and everything.
Mhm.
I mean, she still says the same thing in the beginning, like she always did, but she's not as hostile as what
Okay.
she was.
Well, that's good. She's
Uh,
calmed down. That's good because she
but
was out of control. I
but
mean,
they
it was.
but they still troll the shit out of her.
As long as she stays off of here, she'll be fine. And that's
Yeah.
for really anyone. Like when you
Well,
start getting trolled like that, it's time to go.
yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing that's helped her now is her getting married.
Hmm.
And she's getting ready to
Did she
go.
get married to that guy?
Yep, she got married to the light skinned guy.
Oh wow.
Good for her.
Right. And then she's starting to get ready to go back out on the road again and do her
For
skits.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Whew.
think some of the things that hindered her on that was the COVID. But, you still had YouTube, but it's still finding a place to do it at.
Right.
Those
shows,
but,
I'm sorry. Those shows were horrible.
oh, God.
Those shows were horrible. The one that Greg streamed, and that's one of the times I really started frequenting Greg's. I was like, holy moly, people paid it. There ain't nobody paying to watch this. There's no way. There's no way nobody's paying to watch this.
Right.
That was bad stuff. Whatever.
And she wrote that, right?
Mhm.
Yes. She directed it. She played in it. She's just a one-man army.
She's a lawsuit. Like she's a person that is waiting to file the right lawsuit. Like, and those are the people I'm terrified of because those people are looking for a reason to sue you. Like, just anything.
She took it. She says that she won her appeal to go back on her and Tommy's case.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I
I
heard about
remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
that. That was very.
But-
it was very weird
No
too.
problem,
Like,
R.E.
But she had taken and had lost it, but she had appealed it. She had actually appealed it twice, and she finally won it on the second one. And I think they limited her to what the lower courts could take it and do, even though that she's considering it a big win. I think it's a little one because I don't think she's going to win anything, any
Significant.
money out of it.
yeah,
I mean, if you're going to take it and sue somebody, you at least want to take it and at least recuperate what you've spent.
which
And,
lost. Yeah.
and she's not going to be able to.
The money that she'll probably win will either be the amount to pay her lawyer,
No. She
or
won't
it'll
even
be
make
way
that
it'll be
much.
way less than that. It will be way less than that. I mean, it's gonna be either one of the two. It'll either be
Yeah.
enough to pay the lawyer or be enough to, satisfy the court fees. Either be one of those two.
Yeah, well, it'd probably be enough to pay for the court fees, but not the attorney. But she's
That's
still
stupid.
she's paying, still doing the Uber as far last time I seen, and
Wow.
and she must make pretty good money at it to be able to take it and pay for the attorney, and then still beg for the
I think the attorney may have
money.
looked at Tommy's, net worth, because you could Google that, and
Mhm.
they probably went, oh well, this might be worth my time. Maybe
Well,
I'll take my
well,
chance on it.
well, there's she had to do a lot of that herself per
Mm.
se, and
I mean, she's in the right state. Florida loves to they're just crawling in lawyers. Like it's just
well, yeah, yeah, you got all them retired lawyers that want to
yeah,
go down there too,
yeah.
but the thing is I don't know which jurisdiction that if she got it in the Florida court or in Georgia. Is it not Georgia?
Oh,
Well,
the Atlanta
yeah,
court.
yeah,
I don't
guess
know.
it is Georgia.
Well, I guess it'd be the
Yeah,
state of
and that
Georgia, but it'd be I don't know what county they're in, but um, who knows, man. I stopped following it after she just kept crying, but she was
oh
the one going live, and it's like you're the one you're the one that keeps going live, and you're mad that people are typing in the chat, which is public. Like it's a
yeah,
public platform.
right. And again, she was another one that was wanting to blame everything on the Tommy, even though the Tommy had nothing to do with it. Tommy wasn't
Yep.
sending anybody over there.
Just like
In fact,
Tyrus.
yeah. In fact, Tommy at that time was telling people not to go over there. But you
Yep.
can't stop grown people from going where they want to go and doing what they want to do.
Greg and Tommy were getting blamed for what was happening to Rashida, even though they were not directly responsible for what was going on with her. They
Exactly.
both were. And
Yep.
she was there were trolls that were doing it, but those two, they were not. They were just covering what was happening. And then it got
Right.
to the point where they just wanted to distance themselves because they kept getting the backlash of, you picking on this lady, but it's not even those two. And then that whole situation caused both of them to fall out
Right.
because of, her own
Well,
stupidity. Her own stupidity caused, remember, I think you were there. Remember, she kept putting her face over the, she kept not put, I mean, she kept covering up the camera and keeping it blank, like she didn't have it plugged in, or she
oh
had it
yeah.
covered up.
Yeah,
And it's
that
like,
was
ma'am, nobody's causing that. Well, something's happening and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this
yeah.
is the behavior that she's doing every day.
Yeah.
It's everything else is somebody else's fault other than hers.
Yeah, well, she's a YouTuber. You
Hmm.
if you go into court, you got to show your face. She was just trying to I think in a way it actually worked to her benefit because the judge took it into postponed it and moved.
Right. Yep.
And that's also when Tommy came over into Greg's chat,
But we had nothing to do with that. She was going to
Greg made
she was
it
going to
quite. Greg
Mhm.
has always made it quite clear he has nothing to do with Tommy. Don't
Right.
care about him. Don't even if he comes around. Even before that, he didn't really care, and stuff. And then when Tommy got mad and I was really surprised that Greg even read his comment when he came in
Well,
there.
he was sick of his shit. He was sick of his shit because remember
Right.
Tommy I remember the first time we saw the court case, right? The first one, because that was the second one. And he came into the chat giggling. Did you get it? Did you get the stream? And Greg was
Right.
like, no. And he was like, oh man, that was messed. You know why? Because at that time the court case went well for excuse me, for Tommy at that point. That's my
Right.
opinion. It went well for him, so he's like, "Oh, I got the, I stuck it to her." But the second time, he caused that whole issue because of his attitude. Remember, he was huffing and making noises. The judge even said,
Yeah.
"Mister, I need you to stop making noises,"
Right.
because he was growling and stuff. I'm like, "What are you doing, man? You're in court."
Right. And he knows better than to do shit like that too.
Yeah.
He's been in enough court cases, and because the second one, and even after that, Rashida wanted to take a step out of there and claim that the judge wasn't being fair and being racist.
Yep.
I'm going, wait a minute.
She was.
It's a black female judge.
Wait a minute. How the hell? Everybody black.
But that's what I was saying before. Like, she blames everything other than her own fault. Like she's the one that's causing all this stuff, but she she believes it's everyone else.
Yeah, well, she deflects from it all the time. That's all she does, and and she's actually right now getting ready to file paperwork on Chassis. And I kind of know who she is. I've never watched her, so I don't know.
Wait, Chassis Preding?
Something like that. No.
Wait, no, not the mod that was in Tommy's chat, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's another content creator that kind of does the same thing but more popular.
Okay. I was about to like, what the hell is going on? She's so in.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's almost got the same last name though.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Rashida is one of those ones you just don't want to fuck with. I kept my distance. I didn't even troll her chat. I was like, no, because this woman will do what it takes to find out who you are. And I mean, she'll spend every last dime if she has to starve herself to find you.
Yep.
It's very strange.
She absolutely will. And then, so, I mean, she's one of a kind. And the only reason why she could never strike down my channel is because the only thing I ever did was use her picture. And that drove her nuts because I kept beating all of her.
Made that toast. Who made that toast?
Oh, you talking about the toast? You talking about the toast song? Greg took that down. I'm sorry, that was a banger. Like, I like that song. And I was like, damn, Greg, where'd that song go? He was like, it's gone. That's it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, damn. That shit was fire.
I think Greg got flagged for it.
Oh, okay.
So he just took it down instead of taking the flag. He just took it down.
Yeah.
So, but Tommy was the one that put the toast on her face.
Yeah, that was true. That was very true.
But hell no, that
was a crazy time period. That was a great. Remember what she was calling them crispy burnt chicken like that. That was crazy. I was like, what the hell is going on? Why do you? Oh man.
Put up burnt toast. I'm like,
and then the computer shop came in, and I knew what would. Computer shop kept calling her phone. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
And I really, really wish that Dr. Computer Shop would have taken in, turned around, and countersued her because he won. He would have won.
Yeah,
she was
losing her mind.
Oh yeah,
she was losing her mind.
But the only thing that came out of that is. At that time is when her channel got hacked, and I actually tried to help her get her channel back.
Do you really believe that her channel was hacked? I don't believe that.
No, I absolutely it was.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it absolutely was hacked. And
I know some weird videos of some Vietnamese guy was on there. I'm like, what
yeah,
the heck is going on?
yeah,
And I thought she was doing. I said she's doing this for sympathy. I'm not playing this game with her, man.
no,
So it was real. Oh God.
no, it was real. Because, like I said, I was actually trying to help her get it back, with
Wow.
because YouTube is really screwed up. Because you got to take and go to Twitter to take it and make contact with them, which I think
Yeah, that is true.
bullshit.
Yeah, it
Which
is. Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why you should have to go to a whole nother platform to take it and
Taking
to
a
somebody.
support ticket. Yeah, having a support.
yeah.
Yeah, that don't make sense. They don't have a phone number, none of that, but you can contact them on Twitter. It is stupid.
The only way
Yeah.
that you ever get a phone number from them people is when you get like over 10,000.
Yeah, when they start
uh,
when they start paying you, that's when you get but you get a personal contact. You get a personal contact from somebody, like you actually talk to somebody, which is
That's truly gifted.
Yeah, no. Try again. That woman, she don't like me at all. In fact, I'm banned from her anything on hers.
yeah. When you were doing commentary on her, they used to piss her off. That shit was.
That drove her nuts.
I was worried she was gonna take you to court. I was like, oh God, man, she's gonna take this. It's gonna look crazy if she drives all the way to James's State. I was like, oh my God, don't do this, man.
Well, the only thing that I had going for me, I only used her pictures, is that I only give my opinion.
Right. You were doing actual commentary. You weren't bullying her. You weren't harassing. You weren't even tagging her. You were just putting her name in the title, and then her picture would be up, and that's it.
Yep.
And she was fighting. I was like, damn, James is not even tagging you in this stuff. So how you are sub to him and watching this.
Right. And then she had a couple of diehard followers that were constantly flagging.
Oh yeah. I saw the trolls in your chat. Like every time you made a video, I was like, "Oh my God, this guy is gonna get it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it." I thought you was gonna get sued.
And
I really thought you were gonna get sued.
And I never blocked any of them, and I responded to all of them, and that really made them mad. I mean,
that's trolling, man. That's trolling at its finest. When you pissing somebody off like that, but you're just giving the hardcore truth, man, you win. You win at that point.
Because I mean, that one guy, he would write, and at that time I called him great big love letters. Because I mean, oh my God, it'd take you a half hour to read through them, but because he would make them so long.
Oh, it's like a covert radio response, huh?
Oh, I mean, it was like a book when he got done.
Oh, now that I brought up covert radio, you guys realize he's back, right? Like he's back on Tommy again. He posted a video, I think, the other day about him. Yeah. He's back. He's like, is Tommy Sotomayor back? I'm like, duh. Yeah, like, where have you been?
Yeah.
So now he's back, and who God knows, he's going to be making videos, which means Real Law will be back on him again. It's just going to be a never-ending
I've seen
cycle.
a couple of videos about Tommy. They talking about his house and his mansion getting demolished and all this crap.
Wait, demolished?
Yeah.
So they're going to tear it down after all that water damage?
No, they're not tearing it down.
Oh, they're just gonna repair all the damage.
Probably.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw those pipes burst, I was like, that is absolutely crazy that the way that house folded in, after the pipes burst. But that shows you how intrusive water is. Once Once water gets into a house, it is like it will collapse it like a house of cards.
Oh, yeah, water's pretty amazing what it can do.
I can't imagine how much that's going to cost to fix all that. I just,
Well,
even
I
though
mean,
you have insurance, but still the deductible on that insurance, it still couldn't been cheap.
well,
It still
no,
couldn't
I'm,
been cheap.
no, I mean, because I follow him on Instagram,
Mhm.
and it looked like today he had somebody putting in some kind of chemicals to try to clear up his pool.
Somebody told me about that. They said, "Hey, his pool is all green." I said,
Right.
"Wait, that huge pool, that huge heated pool, that is, flesh-eating bacteria waiting to get at you." Because I know that pool is heated.
Right.
All that, you let the pool turn, like get algae in it. I'm like, oh my god, man, and that's not cheap because that's a gas pool.
Well, to me, I don't understand why he didn't, when he had to take it and change all the pumps and everything, why he didn't make that a salt water.
It would have been a saltwater pool is very expensive to keep up with. And then I like my hot tub is a saltwater hot tub, and when you're dealing with that, you have to make sure the pH balance is correct. Like you have to damn near check that every day. It's like a job, and I can't imagine how much work he has to put into it for a pool if he did that saltwater.
Yeah, but they got those automatic systems though that is supposed to take care of that. No, I understand what you're saying, but
Mhm.
you don't get the bacteria growth like you do in fresh water.
Yeah, but the way I mean, I'm not trying to beat up on him, but the way he treats that house, that pool would have just been a huge pool of acid. Like it'd have been so acidic. I think the way he has it set up right now is probably the best and the safest, but still with all that algae, in there, I couldn't imagine how much that costs to clean all that out.
Well, and then the other thing too is, he probably doesn't throw in the tablets either.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you don't keep that up, then you run into what you're, into the
Yeah, the
allergy
pH.
stuff.
Yeah, the pH
Right.
balance is thrown off, and it becomes
Right.
dangerous to get in it.
Right.
You can get sick getting into a pool that's pH is either too high. Like if the pH is too high, you could pass out and die because of the fumes.
Right.
And if the pH is too low, you could get other harmful bacteria in there that can hurt you. So it's a balancing act, and especially something that big. That's why people that have pools that huge, they usually hire somebody to do it because, like I said, it's literally a job. When you have a pool that huge, making sure the pH balance is at least proper at the proper levels. Huh?
Yeah. What is it? 6.2 or 7.2? It
depends on it depends. I think it depends on the size. I think it also depends on the size of how much water how much water you have how big the pool is. Yeah, how the volume of water you have. It depends.
Yeah, I don't know. pH level is pH level. One point, makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's
even
true.
Even a couple of tenths.
Yep,
makes a big difference.
Mhm.
I mean, I took care of pools in my younger days, but man, we're talking 40 years ago. So it's hard to remember back that far about little things like that. But I remember about the tablets because I always had to take it and unscrew it because I checked it every 4 days or something like that, and would add more pills to it. So,
well, Truly Gifted said in the chat, no matter how many, Tommy has never been able to maintain a pool. But what I've seen prior, what I've seen recently, what I've heard, what I've seen and what I heard too recently, that's the worst I've ever seen. Like even the ones he had in Arizona didn't even look this bad. Like I was like, yo, that's wild.
Well, the ones in Arizona, I think that the homeowners as well.
So you think that they had somebody coming in and doing it because of
right.
the HOA? The HOA probably had somebody to hire in and do
Right.
it, or maybe he was renting them, so the homeowner probably had a contract where they just had somebody come in and do it.
Right.
Which makes sense.
You know, because you let that stuff get a little bit out of hand. It don't take much for it to go big out of hand.
Yeah.
So,
I know certain places, because like he was on a golf course, so certain places, especially when your backyard is exposed like that, they want your yard to be in pristine shape. They don't, because you're part of the landscape at that point. They don't want you, have overgrown grass.
Yeah, they don't want your house to look like shit.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a high-end golf course. They want everything prestige.
That's wild. I don't know, man. Just my perception of the black sector is just, I don't know. I think it's obviously still there, but people are they're craving for something new. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's why you have a lot of people that are branching out. I don't see nothing wrong with going anywhere else. When you keep yourself stagnant in one spot, you
start to die.
Yeah. It's good to have change. It's good to introduce new things. So
right.
It's just some of the stuff that's coming in, I'm just a little worried because of the content behind it. Like talking about kids, that's just the only issue I have.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, putting up each other's dead family up on the page.
I mean, I don't agree with talking about kids. The dead, I'm on the fence about. I mean, what are you going to do to a dead person?
But putting the pictures up is that's my issue. Is putting the pictures up. That's my issue.
Yeah, that's true. And then the other thing that I have problems with, and that's the doxing.
Yeah.
And calling CPS. I don't, if you got to take it and go that far, not only have you lost, you're just a weak-minded person.
It's crazy. Doxing used to be a very rare event in the black sector. Like it happens, right? So, but it'd be very rare that it would happen. It would be somebody's last resort. The only person that would try to do it constantly is obviously Tyra. But now you have people that the first thing they go to once you start beefing with them is pull out your information. Like they just pull out a manila folder with all your shit and slap it on the table. Like, yep, I got you. And you're like, holy crap, we just started. Like that's the first thing you're gonna go to is doxing me. So it's never been like that, and now that's the go-to, which is people. I guess people they just want to have the upper hand at this point. Is putting your information out, which sucks. The CPS calling has always been there, and I think that just goes hand in hand with the doxing. That went hand in hand with the doxing.
Yeah, well, I mean, clear back to even when Jazzy was there. I never really agreed because, again, all you're seeing is what a person puts out on the internet, even if they're on there, 12 hours a day, you still don't know how that person takes care of their kids, even though that you hear them in the background and stuff, and running around and stuff. At least they're being taken care of. You call CPS in, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right. And that was my issue with, that's the thing that pissed me off about ZX. I'm doing this to help her. No, that's a lie. You were doing that to hurt her.
Yep.
I'm doing this to say, no, but you were being malicious at the same time saying, maybe I need to take your kids away. Who says some stuff like that?
Well,
you said, you don't know what's going on in the background. You're just going to call on somebody like that. And that's traumatizing towards the kids for you to separate them from their mother like that.
Right. Well, it's just something. It's a Well, if you're not going to do what I say, then I'm going to control you by calling CPS
Yep.
on you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and
That's-
then
that
I'll
whole
control
thing
you.
pissed me off. That whole thing
Right.
pissed me off. That was wrong.
You know.
That was wrong. And I hope she never comes back to this because it's a detriment to her because her personality is so exorbitant. Because
Oh,
whatever happens, she takes it to a whole other level. But now that she
Right.
has stayed away from the platform, and the things
Oh.
I've been hearing have been positive now, so I'm
Right.
I'm actually happy for that, and I want her to stay away from this shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's doing extremely well over there on TikTok. And I hope her all the best. And I hope she makes millions and millions of dollars and puts everybody to shame.
Yeah,
And I truly do hope that for her.
yeah.
You know,
It's just I've been seeing and hearing,
Speak.
that they keep they're bringing her back up, and it's like
She's
You're trying to-
said that she's not interested.
okay, that's good.
Past, that's the
I'm-
past.
I'm good. Then that's good. I'm happy about that because to bring that. I mean, people are using that as a weapon, to try and hope that she goes out and does another mission again, and that's
Right.
really, really that's dirty. Like if you want something to get done, do it yourself. Don't
Exactly.
don't involve somebody, especially if they've already done it and then they deaded it.
All right, have a good
As far
night,
as what I heard-
EXO.
All right, XO, see ya. As far as what I heard that her and Layla patched it up. So for people to try and use that as a weapon again,
And the
That's
people that
fucked
are
up.
doing that are not even in this sector; they're in other sectors, and they don't
Right.
even know the history and the facts about the whole incident.
Right. They just know about what the highlights of it. And that's
they
what they're
wasn't
going
there.
after.
They wasn't there like we were there watching it take place from the beginning to the end.
Right. And and I've always said this, the only thing that's ever made me upset with Jazzy was that she lied about where the kids were and she said that they were with their fathers. Because I made all those videos praising her for for their kid's father to
Being alive,
have them,
Yeah.
and then to come to find out that they did. That was the only thing. That was my only issue with her. But other than that, them calling CPS, them doing all that other bullshit.
Yeah, that was dirty.
I-
That was
yeah.
dirty. That was
Right.
really dirty. That was very dirty. I mean, regardless of how people feel about her,
And
the way that they did that, they handled that situation with her children, that was fucked up. I mean,
right.
and I'm not even a parent, and I felt that, and I was like, man, that ain't right, man. It just ain't right. People
I
gonna
was
be
going
people,
through.
man.
I was going through my subscriptions, right? And I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I came across Beasley. I'm like, I wonder if he is around in another sector or he
Oh,
changed
yeah.
his name.
Wait, I don't know if any of you been around when the first time he got exposed, because it's not the first time he just dipped off. It's the first time when he was around. I don't know if anybody in the chat, maybe if Truly Gifted is still in here. He went by the name Brown Beasley back in the day, and then that picture came out of him. That I don't know if you guys remember. It was like a bloated version of his face, where it was off to the side, and he had a haircut. I think either Vic or ZX have shown it multiple times, and that made him go away for a little while. And because it was exposed that he was not dark skinned, he would used to say he was dark skinned. Then he came back, and then he came back. All of a sudden, it was crazy because I don't know if you guys remember when he called ZX on the phone. Like that's what his big comeback was when he teamed up with ZX. Well, he didn't really team up. I don't know. I guess when he used ZX to troll Vic.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
but the whole Buddy Lee situation is the reason why he left. I don't care what anybody says. That was the reason why he left.
No, no, he cammed up on Greg's show.
Huh?
He cammed up on Greg's show.
Cammed up on Greg's show. What do you mean?
Because that's when everybody started calling him that he was white, wasn't it?
No. There was a no. That was the second time. Like I said, there was a point in history way back in the day where he was exposed. This is right around when Tyra really started going in on Tommy. This is like around 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
this
that-
was way back then because this is
Oh,
the
okay.
first. Because I remember that picture, and I won't show it, but there was a picture of him before the one we see with the long hair. There was a picture before that one, and that made him go away for a while. But he didn't really go away. He went to Boy, the bottom of YouTube. He was there before we got there. Because when remember when we merged with them for a short period of time, there were people screaming his name there. Oh, we see Beasley again. That's where he ran to. I'm like, oh, so this is where he's been for all this time when he left the black sector. So he's out there. He's just probably in another sector somewhere.
Yeah, I do remember Greg saying, it's Beasley's done this a couple of times,
Yeah.
So he'll be back.
He'll be back. It'll probably be a couple of years before we see him again. It's not the first time he's done this.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. So you come out with a lot less stress.
Yeah, that does ring a bell. Truly Gifted. Yeah, it does. Now that I remember, yeah, yep. Man, it's been some years, man. It's been some years of this shit.
Now, I didn't know about the other times. I just knew about this time. Because I actually, Beasley was actually easy to get along with. I mean, I got along with him fine.
Yeah, I never had an issue with him either. I had conversations with even on his own panel.
Right. And I always like talking to somebody that's, at least been around as long or longer than I have when it comes, as far as age goes, and can remember that stuff, back in the day and then even and make some really good points about the future, because he actually did point out, a few things about the future that I think will happen, where us old guys, especially in my age bracket, where we find it hard to, I guess, kind of let go about with things, he goes, really, we've already had our chance. We fucked it up just as much as our parents before us, and our kids will do the same thing. It's just a matter of that's
What
the
do
way
you think?
life goes.
What do you think how the future will be when we're like old, and these young kids are grown?
Oh, I got a perfect example of it, but it won't be as extreme. You ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
I haven't.
No.
Okay, Google that movie, or YouTube that movie when on your free time, and dumb it down maybe a little bit. It's not and bring the year back maybe instead of 500 years into the future, just say about another 50, 60 years from now. People are going to be walking around, I mean, completely oblivious and just, have no care in the world. They're just stupid, just walk around just plumb dumb.
Yeah, you're right, because we're already headed in that direction, and I don't think it'll.
I'm telling you, the last few times, because I've been looking at living in Florida, right? So the last few times I've been going down there looking for places to live. So you frequent the area, you get to know your area, right?
Right.
The kids that were born after 2000, oh my God, they know nothing, absolutely nothing. So I went to Orlando, right, and I went to a restaurant called Margaritaville. That's a song, right?
Yep.
Those kids didn't know what Margaritaville was or the reference to it was, and it was completely shocking. And apparently, Margaritaville, there's two of them. There's one on an island. I forgot what island it's on, and then there's one in Orlando, Florida. And they were complaining. Well, the Margaritaville, that's where I used to live. They bulldozed my old house and such, and I don't even know who actually where the reference comes from. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know. And
It actually came from the island one.
yeah, and the other thing that also bothered me, a lot of these kids, like I said, they don't have respect for anything. Like they just are just outright rude, you know?
Right.
No,
Right. And think that the world owes them everything.
yep. They want to get paid more, and
Yep.
they want to do nothing. I was contracting I contracted with a company, right? While I was doing installations, and I had to partner with this guy to help me do the installation. This guy was, I mean, he was, I want to say, I just got done doing when the job was 2 years ago, and the guy was like 24 years old, and I mean, he was just absolutely just dragging his feet. Oh, can we take a break? Can we do this? Can we do that? Do we have to do that? And I'm like, dude, this job is only supposed to take, a day. We're not going to drag this out for like 2 or 3 days, installing equipment. Like this, how lazy these kids are. It's really bothersome.
Right. And everybody's wondering, I heard and I actually believe it, where plumbers will actually be making more than doctors.
Oh yeah, shit. The garbage truck workers make more than doctors. The truck drivers that haul trash.
Yeah, in some
Some
places
of them make
they do.
$100,000. In some places they make $100,000 a year.
Yeah, but doctors are up in around over the 200 grand.
Well, I mean, think about this. If you're only picking up trash, you're doing better than a doctor could. You're doing way better than a doctor
that's
could.
true. Because I can remember when I was driving truck and stuff, coming across doctors and lawyers that were making more money driving truck than they could doing their own practice.
Mm-hmm. I have run into pilots that have quit their jobs and become truck drivers. I've run into engineers that have left the engineering and just went into manufacturing because they were, manufacturing in some cases is making more money than you actually designing the equipment itself in some cases. Because I've even been looking for new employment, and a lot of these companies are lowballing the living shit out of people. Like to be an engineer, $60,000. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And even if you have a master's degree, it still doesn't. Yeah. Especially back home in Detroit, I've been surfing the web just looking for, it's like, let me see if I can find
that's
something
a minimum $100,000 a year.
No, not anymore, because what's changed. A lot of these schools have instead of college, they're allowing people that have certificates or just have finished a secondary school after high school. They're allowing them to come in, but they're bringing the prices down on how much they're going to pay you a year. See, that's where the degree comes into play, because the degree allows you to leverage them and make more money. But they're like even what they're doing now, a lot of schools, especially public schools, you don't really have to have a degree anymore. There's a program where you can get a certification, but they're paying half the price of what they paid teachers 20 years ago. Because you don't have to go get that degree. You don't have to go get the master's degree in the subject that you're trying to teach.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why the prices are coming down. And I was shocked just as you are. Then I realized it's because the requirement of the degree.
They're lowering their standard.
Yep, they're lowering the standard, and that's why you're seeing a lot of everything else. Happen.
Right.
That's why you're seeing a lot.
Right. Like everything else, they're lowering their standards.
Yep. That's why you're seeing train derailments more, because you used to have like training for, to be a railroad engineer or a railroad technician used to take about 2 to 3 years. They have dropped that. for you to go in to be a for you to what do they call those guys that traffic the skies for airliners?
Oh, air traffic controllers.
Air traffic controllers, duh. Air traffic controllers, they have to take a test with the federal government. You know, they dropped the
Yep.
requirements for that 2 years ago, and they're wondering why planes are,
Yeah,
you know,
actually, I
damn near
did.
crashing every day.
Yeah, actually, I did know that because there's such a shortage of traffic controllers.
When they
And
talked
it's
about
such-
dropping the requirement, I was like, that is a bad idea. That is a really bad
Well,
idea.
it's also a high stress job.
Yeah.
It you know to take it in B1. You know, everybody thought, you know, oh, I can be an air traffic controller. That's easy
Yeah, it's
until you
not.
start doing it, and especially if you get into a major airport
Mhm.
where you got lots of air traffic.
That's why they're trying to figure out why are all these plane crashes are about to happen. You know, they're damn near happening as they're not why they're in the skies. Pray to God they never do, but why
Right.
they're, you know, about to take off, they're damn near crashing into each other because, like you said, they lowered the requirement. And I remember them talking about that. They was like, yeah, we're going to drop their requirement on testing for air traffic controllers, and I'm like, well, that just sounds like an accident waiting to happen. Because
Yeah,
if you're going to let somebody with a lower standard come in, you know, that have
Right.
lower, that has, you know, the lower education or does the bare minimum, something bad is going to happen. And we're seeing the result of that now.
Right. In fact, I just seen on one of my YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to where they had a near, well, it wasn't a near, they actually hit each other
Oh, wow.
here the other day. I mean, they were on the ground taxiing, but
I think I saw that the two wings clipped each other.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then there was another one like a week ago where one of the plane, an A380, took it and clipped a pole.
Wow. A lot of air traffic controllers retired during COVID, and so did pilots because the
Right.
stress was one. They at one point they weren't getting any work because they grounded everything, and
Right.
then when they sped everything up, the demand was so high they had to work every day, like more than they ever had. It just
Well,
became
see-
impossible.
Well, and they're like truck drivers. They have to run a logbook and they can only fly so many hours.
Mhm.
You know,
But they were also, but during COVID, they changed some of the requirements because of the demand was so high. Remember, there was if anything happened, there was cancellations that were happening all of the time. Like, you know, they just kept
Right.
happening.
Right.
So
because they didn't have the
the manpower and the workers on the plane, minus
Well,
the pilots.
well, yeah, but they didn't even have the people to even be on the planes too, because everybody was all grounded to their house, I guess is a way of putting it. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. You know, there was so many pilots that, you know, that just said it's time to take an earlier retirement and just move on.
Hmm.
So
I don't know, man. It's been crazy with these the way the world is going now. It seems like people just don't know how to do work. You know, they don't know how to do their jobs anymore. Fast
they don't
food.
want to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's correct. That's the key word. They don't want. A lot of them don't want to, or they want to do the bare minimum.
Right.
Like going to the restaurants. Some restaurants now, unless you're paying a pretty decent price on food, like more than your average restaurant, like higher than Red Lobster or Chili's or whatever.
Yeah, but if you go to like McDonald's, I mean, just for two people to go to McDonald's, over $20 now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you better off going to the restaurants now because I went to yesterday. I went to a restaurant, and like you said, our meal was, I think per person was $30. So I was like, damn, like you said, I was like, if you go to McDonald's, you spend that easily. So
Right.
you're better off going out and sitting down. But even doing that, you still got to go to a restaurant that is, I guess that's a little bit more well established because even the lower ones, they are very low staffed and the wait times are
Yeah.
absolutely atrocious.
Well, I can only imagine because I haven't been out in a few years myself. But
Well,
you know,
take it from me,
um,
it ain't great. It ain't really worth it. I've been eating in more like at home than I've ever have because it's just it's not really pleasant to go out to eat unless you go out of town to at least a really nice restaurant. You're going
right.
to like Chili's or you're going to Outback. The wait times are so long, and you're like, it's not even worth it. You might as well work at home, eat at home.
Right. It's probably almost cheaper. Well, almost. I mean,
Okay, Regis, we got it down. We
food.
got it held down. She's trying to get back up.
Oh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
um, oh, I lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry. We were talking about restaurants and how annoying the wait times were.
Oh, I remember what it was. Um, about preparing your own food is almost cheaper, and then I got to thinking about it. No, it's not because all that shit's went up even more. So
Hmm.
you know what? Eggs are over $6 a dozen.
Yep. I think most of the country is over $6. Yeah, in most of the
Right.
country. I know when I just picked up eggs today, and they were like $8 for a carton of 12. So it's pretty crazy, and depending on what grocery, because
Right.
some people they gotta shop at a high end grocery store like Whole Foods, so you're gonna spend double of that. So you're looking maybe even $13 for eggs in some places.
Right.
So yeah, the
Well,
even vegetables.
yeah, but if you let's just say $12 a dozen, that's $1 an egg.
Yep. You might as well go to Tractor Supply or some kind of, or go to a swap meet and get a chicken, like a hen or whatever, and start laying your own damn eggs because
Damn
the
near.
eggs at the store are crazy. And I thought about doing it, but see, my housing association will not allow me to have eggs. Like chickens. They won't allow me to have chickens roaming around. So
Right.
that's like, damn, that sucks because the Tractor Supply down the road sells chicks. So you could
Right.
grow your own hen and
Right.
have eggs. And it
Right.
doesn't take much for hens to lay eggs. All they need is the protein. They eat the bugs in the yard, or
Right.
you lay out feed and they'll lay eggs.
Right. Well, the feed in the wintertime, depending on where you're at, can
Yeah.
be a little spendy. But
Yeah.
you're right. In the summertime, if you just let them out and just let them free roam,
Yep.
that's all you need.
Yep.
They'll eat whatever they want.
If I was
Yeah.
able, that's what I'm trying to get up out of this place because the benefits of being able to homestead it's really it's very attractive and it saves you a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's getting harder to do the homesteading stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find the land. Like
Yeah, that's true.
it's not like it used to be.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I don't live in the city, but that's just I picked when I moved here, I was one of the few houses out here, and then all of a sudden, more it turned into a development eventually.
Right.
But
I mean, if you're going to homestead, the best place to go would be Alaska. It's the last frontier.
right, you're right.
You know,
But where I live now, there's still so much land available that hasn't been used and still hasn't been deforested. I could
Yeah.
purchase some land, and it's cheap out here. And I've been looking at it. It is cheap to purchase, and you don't even really need to get a lot. All you need is really, if you could get you one solid acre, even 0.06 acres, that's good too. Something
Yeah.
enough to have a backyard so you can have your vegetables, your
yeah,
your
but you would need at least you know, just for two people, you need at least an acre of ground to do all
Right,
that.
that's what I'm saying. At least an acre or just a little bit under. If you have something the size of tires, you're not
But
going to get anything done.
oh no. And him being so proud of, you know, having that those boxes and doing his tomatoes, you know, and cucumbers and stuff like that. Hell, you can drop them in the yard and grow them.
Yep,
That ain't shit,
yep.
you know. And he's making a big deal out of it, and really, it's not anything.
All you need is a planter's box. It don't really take much, and you want to try. I mean, I recommend a planter's box because you don't have to worry about. I mean, if you have these problems, moles, ants, and all this other,
Well,
trying to
that's
make
true.
tunnels around your food.
Yeah, well,
It,
I've seen them crawl in them planter boxes too.
yeah, but I mean, you can control it better because if you have a planter
But
box, you can set it up to keep the snails out. You can
yeah,
set it up to keep certain. You're not gonna keep all the bugs out, but the ones that do a lot of damage, like snails and certain types of beetles, you could keep it out. If you have the ones sitting on legs, I've seen guys able to keep them out.
right.
But in some places, you'll
Well,
have places like up north with if you have groundhogs, you can't keep those guys away. You have to have it completely
yeah,
fenced off. 'Cause they
right.
just
And deer.
Yep, and deer love to chew on everything.
Yep.
They
And
love to
they'll
chew on.
jump over a pretty high fence too.
Yep,
And if they can't make it over there, they'll try to go into it and break it
yep.
and hang
Yeah,
themselves up.
I gotta have some deer running around in my yard. The other night I was looking at my surveillance camera, and man, can they move? And you don't hear
Oh
them.
yeah.
You
Oh
don't
yeah.
hear them.
Trust me, I know. Elk's the same way.
Yep.
So
Oh man. Yeah, it's just like you said, man, just the quality of life right now is a little difficult because everything is so expensive, and we're feeling the pain of the inflation. So
right.
it's a little different. And I mean, some people it might not be hurting them, but I'm definitely feeling the pain when it comes to the food. Like it's not hard to get it, but it's just like, damn, the money I could have used that I've been using to pay for food in the past year when the prices were going up, I could have bought a whole nother car.
Right.
I could have put a down payment on a car.
Yep.
But the I don't know if it's going to go down because they've been raising interest rates since last year, and I think they're supposed to raise them again quarter 2. I'm not sure by 0.5, but I think we're starting
Well,
to feel the effects of the
the only thing, yeah, well, the only thing I can say about that is I need a bigger pay raise, and that's the only way that I get them
What do you mean?
because I'm on disability and
Oh,
I
right,
have to
right, right. That's right.
run
Yeah,
through
you're right.
SSI.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So have they raised it in your state? Because
Oh,
I noticed in some states
well,
they have raised.
it's the federal government that raises it.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of Social Security. I'm sorry.
Social Security, same way, comes
Well,
through
no, I
both.
mean when it comes to the state, because don't the state has something, doesn't it, where they raise um I'm thinking of pension, like retirement. I'm not thinking of
Well,
Social Security. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of retirement. Like
well,
how
retirement.
people split, because I know they raised in some states they raised the pension um cap per month. They raised it, like in the state of Michigan, they
Right.
raised the pension. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking of Social Security. I was thinking of retirement.
Yeah, which is retirement is totally different, especially for
Yeah,
the
that's
state.
that's a different ball game. Yeah.
Yeah, especially for the state employees and stuff like that.
So they didn't raise your funds at all. They just left it the same since.
No,
Um,
mine took effect the first of the year. It's always the
okay,
first of the year.
okay,
Uh, um, yeah, it was one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
wow,
Um, but the problem with that is even though that I got a big raise and
Mhm.
everything, things that everything's went up even more than what my raise will even cover.
See, that's the catch-22. We're going to give you we're going to bump up the amount of money we're giving you, and you would think it would balance out, but at the same time, they're still raising the prices on everything,
I
and they do
figured
it.
I
Uh-huh.
figured out one time that every time that I got a raise, I lost $30.
Wow.
And that's being on, and I think with the way everything's going right now, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't lose well over 150.
So my question is, because I mean, we're going to feel this financial pain. I mean, we're really just feeling the tip of the iceberg right now.
Right.
So the last time this happened that I can remember in my lifetime, you lived longer than I have, so you probably seen it also in the 80s, because I've heard this also happened in the 80s when Reagan was in office. It took from 2009 when the recession happened in 2009 to about I think they said 2015 when everything got back to normal. So
Right
we could be
around
looking
that.
at we could be looking at until 2030 almost
Yep.
when everything is corrected.
Oh,
My question is, are they going to bring the money that they raised for you back down when everything corrects
no,
itself?
no.
Oh, so it's going to stay high.
Yeah. They can go up, but they cannot bring it down
Down.
from what
Okay.
I understand.
And that
Um,
might be the issue too.
but what they'll do is that they'll make it harder for people to get on the programs.
Oh, okay. Put more stipulations to keep you from getting on those
Yeah.
programs.
Well,
Yeah.
see that what happened when Obama was in there, they made it really easy to get on Social Security. They were giving it out to almost anybody. They were giving it out to the uh, people coming in from other countries.
Yeah.
Um, the ones that I I hate when my brain does this. Um,
Talking about
because
the
of
guys, the people that were over there in the I'm
Iran
sorry,
and
Iran. Yeah, the Middle East, the Middle Eastern
yeah,
countries.
from the and when they brought them in, they all give them Social Security. Well, that's a
Yeah.
big burden on the Social Security system, but it's also the only one that had the money to be able to
Yep.
do it. So
What was also
but
interesting during that time when they were doing that, when they were giving all these benefits to people? Because I remember when they were doing that, they weren't just giving them those kind of benefits. Remember, they were giving them housing. Like they were just
Mhm.
bringing them in here by plane loads and
Yep.
giving them free housing, and they
And
were
that
giving
was
out
the
green
state.
cards like they were lottery tickets.
Yeah. Well, see, the Social Security took in give them the wage. The state give them the housing and the food.
Hmm.
And then the
Thank y'all for
child
holding it
care and
down.
everything.
Ooh, thank y'all for holding it down. My
Oh,
laptop
no
had an
problem.
update.
No
Oh yeah, no, that's what we're here for.
problem.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Isn't that frustrating?
Hmm.
That's why I always put mine off. I tell her, "Hey, do it later," and then when it does it again, do it later. Do it later. You do it.
That's what I tried to do. I guess it said nope.
No, they're like, man, you've been pushing this off like for a whole year. We're doing this update now.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump down.
Okay, James.
And it's great coming up here, Regis.
All right,
And
thank you
I
guys
will
for coming up.
talk to
problem.
you
Been fun
later.
though.
All right, James.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
we had a
fun.
long conversation. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was great.
it was
That was
such
great.
random thoughts and conversations. That's what the show was about. So
Yeah. I'm enjoying talking to y'all. It's good, meeting different people and getting different perspectives on, from everyone. So it's cool. You always learn something new from someone.
hmm
So it helps
see
you
your
build
buddy.
as a person.
True. I mean, I was contemplating if I was gonna go live today or not.
It looked like
Kind of
it
busy.
was a success.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was I didn't
Yeah,
expect for it to go that long,
yeah.
but
But I mean, different topics came up.
yeah, yeah, we talked about,
Some of
the
everything.
crisis of yeah, we talked about the crisis of the United States and the world, and we talked about homesteading, which was cool.
Oh,
And
old boy say
taking
he
care.
getting arrested Tuesday.
Who? Tyra?
Trump.
You're playing with me. Trump say he getting arrested?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
New York,
You
New York.
kidding? Where'd you see that at? I didn't get nothing on.
I look at the news. I have subscribed to one of these news channels on
Oh, they could
YouTube.
be playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could be
And then I
playing.
seen it on CBS, CBS News channel on here.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we'll see. What did they say it was for? Did they say what it was for?
I know he's under indictment in New York for some whatever.
Oh, you know what? That might be due to um all the claim, they I guess the embezzling that they were doing up there. They were doing some shady stuff. Like, remember, they were building the wall and the
Yeah.
money never went to the wall. It was actually going in their pockets. I was like, yo, I didn't even
I
I
never saw the
expected
wall
that.
go up at all.
You know what's funny? The job that I worked for prior, we were trying to get a contract, a security contract for the southern border of Texas, and we were fighting to get this contract. And apparently, it was like seven other companies trying to get this. Hey, Angie, there was several other companies trying to get into this. Trying to get into the security contract. They picked none of us, and I think they were doing that, just to make it look like it was legitimate, because you got to throw contracts out there, and throw out, jobs to make it seem like it's legitimate. And this was for the construction of the wall. And I'm like, what the heck? We didn't get picked. And I did research. I said, nobody got picked for this job. Well, what the heck is going on? Then, just, I think,
He's good for embezzling money and stuff.
oh yeah, stealing the money, taking everything. It's wild because, I have family down in Florida, right? And they were telling me that, the things that Trump has done since he moved to Mar-a-Lago and West Palm
Hmm.
Beach, that whole city has completely flipped upside down because he's taking control of it. And they said he be doing some shady stuff. They said, man, they buried his ex-wife on the golf course of the Mar-a-Lago estate. I said, what?
What the?
So, but here's why. Here's why. So turns out there's a law in Florida, in some other states too. If you have a person that is legally buried well, not even a residence, but let's say like a golf course or a private property like that, it's deemed a cemetery, and they get tax breaks for it. Sounds about Trump, right? It sounds about right.
I heard that. That shit is crazy.
I was like, damn, this guy buried his ex-wife, which, they divorced. I think it was Melania or whoever it was. Whoever his ex-wife was prior to the one he's married to now. He buried her on the Mar-a-Lago estate. She's buried at the golf course.
I
He
had
gets a
met.
tax break for doing that. He
I
gets a
had.
tax break for doing
Oh wow. He has businesses in Miami, right? And
Yeah.
I ran across his daughter because I work in the hotel and back of the house and cooking and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And she is an asshole.
I can only imagine.
So imagine how he is.
I can only imagine. Hey, this man has a solid gold toilet on an airplane. You have to be an asshole to want something like that. A solid gold
Yeah,
toilet on
no.
an airplane.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody I heard. I mean, there are a lot of people in Florida that I think mainly where he lives, like I said, in the West Palm area, they are just zombies when it comes to him. They love him there. Now, I found places in Florida that don't like him, but when I went down there, every single what do you call it? Gift shop has Trump hats, and Trump flags, and I can't find them anywhere else but down there. And I was like, yo, this is wild. I don't ever want to come back here. I want to come back to this city.
I mean,
You're a
now we
wild
got
man.
DeSantis to worry about. But I don't know if he's
DeSantis, in my opinion, is probably a little bit more stable than Trump. Trump's just a liar, regardless. I mean, he's done some okay things for, when it comes to politics, but when he said we're draining the swamp, he did the exact opposite. He poured more mud into the swamp. Like when he started naming all the people that he wanted on his cabinet, and to work for government with him in the White House, I was like, man, he's bringing in all the big wigs of the corporate industry.
Yeah, all his
Really?
friends.
I said this song. I even told before my grandfather died. I told he was like, "Yep." He said the same thing I said. He said, "Yep." So for draining the swamp, he about to pour more mud in it, and I'm like, "Oh man, like this dude." But he's a businessman. He's going to tell
Yeah,
you what you want to hear, but he's going to do the opposite because he wants those contracts. He wants that money.
that is true.
It's
Oh,
I don't know.
but the funny thing about that Angie DeSantis, right? They supposedly be going at each other's back in
Oh,
public.
Trump and DeSantis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing the slick diss. They've been slick dissing each other
Oh,
because
for sure.
DeSantis sees the divide. He sees that he has a following. And what DeSantis did in Orlando, when he took the ability for Disney to be their own separate municipality, Disney was able to do whatever they wanted. They were able to govern their own police and fire and do their own building, right?
Hmm.
Um, Disney, they were like, hey, we're pro letting anybody do what they want as far as their sexuality, right? So when they did that, DeSantis was like, hold up a minute. You can't talk about this. Disney kept going. And I don't care what anybody's preference is or what they do in their life. It's your life. You do what you want to do. But DeSantis was like, nah, since you believe that, anybody can, kids have their own right to choose what they want to be, I'm taking away your ability to govern yourself, which, Disney was able to write their own. Can you imagine being a business like Disney? Being in the entertainment business, like, amusement parks, like SeaWorld or whatever, being
Hmm.
able to build rides without pulling permits, because that costs a lot of money. Now Disney has to pull permits, which is going to cost money. They're going to have to pay taxes that they never had to pay before because Disney wasn't paying taxes. So imagine going from a company that never paid taxes in the state of Florida, not because Florida. Well, I don't know if you live down there or not. The federal, you guys don't have federal income tax,
No, we don't.
right? So, but you guys have state taxes.
No,
You
we
guys have,
don't have state tax. We only pay
oh, you have federal,
income
right?
tax.
You have federal. You don't have
Right.
you have federal income. You don't have state. But
Right.
now Florida, now Disney has to pay state taxes for their
Wow.
corporate. They have to pay state taxes now. All the taxes they had to pay for police and fire, they have to pay that now. They never had to pay that before
Oh,
because they
okay.
were in control of their own municipality. They were basically their own city, so they
Just
were able
like
to do what they wanted.
the Indian reservation, how they own
Yeah,
police
yep,
and everything.
yep. They were getting when Walt Disney built um, Disney World, he was gifted that ability. But when Disney went up against, DeSantis took that away. And Disney had that, they had that far as, doing what they wanted for over 60 years. And that just went away with just a stroke of a pen, which I think happened this month. DeSantis just wrote it off. They can't do that anymore. So now they got to
That's
pay
messed up.
taxes. It is messed up. And I kind of hate that Disney got involved in politics because I think if they just would have been quiet, they would have been fine. But I mean, if you stand for something, stand for it, right? I mean, it just shows what kind of person, who you really are. If you're gonna stand on your shit, they stood on it until the end. They didn't backtrack, but they lost money. They're going to lose money doing it. Sucks though. But going back to Trump, yeah, I mean, he's dirty, but what can you do? I mean, he's a businessman. I expect him as a
We've
businessman to
been
be
dirty
dirty.
his whole
Yep.
since we've been alive, I guess.
His
We've been
father, and there was a few other people that mentored Trump, had taught him to be, who he is, his entire life. And I remember reading, I read something on Trump. It was an article where it was when, one of his maids, one of his caretakers, when he was a small boy, said that his mother and his father never hugged him. And, you see him as a person today, that's probably not far-fetched at all. Because it doesn't seem like because he doesn't care. Like, I don't know if you've seen the shit, like the stuff with when he's walking around with his current wife right now, like when he goes onto a plane or gets in a car, he doesn't hold an umbrella for her. He'll hold it for
nah.
himself, or somebody will hold it for him. I remember he was getting on a plane. He didn't even know how to close an umbrella. He just threw it off to the side while he was getting on the plane. He just threw it off and it flew away. This man is wild. Man
Yeah,
don't know how to
I
do
seen the clip. They was like, look, he's not even. She's standing out getting wet in the rain while he
Yep.
got the umbrella.
umbrella for
He
himself.
don't know how to be a gentleman at all.
He just wasn't. He
I'm pretty
wasn't
sure
taught to
she
do.
hate his gut.
Yeah, but it's the benefit of being with him. Think about it. You never have to worry about working ever again. So what would you rather do? Be with somebody maybe that will be able to take care of you, but not at that kind of status? Or would you rather deal with this and know that you never have to worry about anything ever again, but you will be disrespected? And it just shows that, I mean, that's what she wanted. I don't
I
know.
think she probably don't really interact with him until they're public,
Public, yeah.
Because
It's wild.
I'm pretty sure she can't stand him.
She can't kill him because they know it's gonna be suspicious. She can't get rid of him, so it's like you got to deal with him. And with their marriage, I can only imagine he's got a prenup. He's probably got a setup where she'll never get nothing. She probably would
I
never
hope
get
she
nothing
got
from
some money in some investments going on for herself.
him. Okay, yeah. I know she was a model before she got with him, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, that with them being assholes, I can only imagine. I can only imagine
And
people that are entitled to do
the
whatever.
kids are probably the same way too. So
Yep. It's I don't know. I've run into a few people, um, going out to venues where they feel like, they're high and mighty, and you're just like, yo, you're just a person. I mean, yeah, you have a high status, but I don't understand, where the high and mighty comes from. I guess it's just that, you have all this money and you just figure that you're better than everybody, but you don't know if I have a lot of money or not, you know? So I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's
I
kind of
was
funny.
talking about earlier. I'm a contracted traveling chef, right?
Hmm.
So I was in Georgia before, right before Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So I
Hmm.
was out there. Oh, okay. She got her own money. So I was on this resort, and this resort is like for the one percenters. It's like anybody can't just come and stay there. You have to have a membership, and it's pretty costly. Back when I think they had a golf tournament there, and I think it was on ESPN or whatever. Tiger Woods was supposed to have come there. I think he was busy and stuff like that. And while working one of these banquets during the Christmas holidays, I see these very rich people, and you could tell they're talked down to the people of color, right? So the
Yes.
guy we're carving, I was carving, and the guy was like, "Well, make sure you get some of this after, make sure you eat." And I'm like, you know, But then you have some people that came through there at nice, but you could tell, they I'm gonna say the place was on the plantation before, and that's basically what it is.
Oh,
There's
it was a previous plantation, like it used to be a plantation back
yeah,
in the day.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, you said Georgia. Was it? Well, I don't want you to say the area, but that sounds like somewhere in Augusta or something like that. But yeah, I've heard of stuff like that
Yeah,
where
it was
people working
crazy.
on a plant. It's
And the
crazy.
people, the local people don't want to work there. They refuse to work for this resort.
I would too, because it's like that's like their trophy. Like, hey, we still have this, and we're gonna host this. For ourselves. It's like a traditional thing. What's her name? Truly Gifted says something. Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. The OnlyFans now is modeling. That's very true. But um, what's her name that used to be a chef and she did cooking? Well, she did on television, and she had her own cookware lineup. I forgot her
Who
name.
Rachel Ray?
No, was it Paula Dean? Was it Paula something?
Oh, Paula Dean, yeah.
Paula Dean, yeah.
Who had the
She
restaurant.
had some kind of venue, or was it her wedding, or was it something where they were doing that same thing that you were talking about?
And she was on the Food Network, right?
Yeah, yep. And
Okay.
she had some kind of banquet where it had, it was like a plantational, slavery type of venue. Like it was like based on that, like during the time of incarceration of slaves. And I was
That's
like, yo,
crazy.
who does some shit like that in the current time period? Like who does that? But her. And that's why she got all her stuff snatched away. You know, it's wild. Wild time period. But I had an experience like yours. One of my buddies, um, he has a membership to a country club, and he was able to invite one other person. So he took me, and he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna just let you know he's white guy, but he's like, I'm gonna let you know. I need you to dress up really nice, put on the nicest shirt and tie you have, and the nicest slacks and loafers you got." And I'm like, "Holy crap!" So we go to the venue. It's still like you said, it give you that you could feel it in the room. Hello, Regis. Oh. Well, yeah, you could feel it in the room. You could feel it in the room, like you could feel that you don't belong there. I don't know. It's weird.
You could hear me? Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I didn't know if I
Yeah. No, my
yeah, but you could.
headset started acting up.
Okay, I think the people heard me, so I just kept going. But you could feel it in the room in some places. When you go to those kind of venues, you just don't belong there. And it just felt really weird, man.
It was not any black people there as
Except for
guests.
working there,
Yeah.
right? Yep. See? Mm-mm. It just
So
ain't right.
now I'm in North Dakota, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a few of us here. Some of us people are nice, but where I'm at, it's nothing but oil. This is an
Oil
oil.
fields, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Damn, you way up there. Woof. It's cold up
yeah.
there, man. Oh,
hmm
man. Mm-mm.
Snow and everything on the outside.
I think the furthest I've ever gone was Denver. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. It's too much. It's too much for me. North Dakota?
Flying up here was it was an all day process.
You had a layover?
Yeah, I had laid over in Denver.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the best place to lay over. If you're gonna lay over towards.
I had a long walk to my terminal to transfer. It was
Yeah,
to
Denver,
transfer.
Denver. Yeah, Denver's airport is huge. Denver's
Yeah,
airport is
I
huge.
had to walk to terminal 70 and I got off in like terminal 18.
Mm.
It's a long walk. I said, wow, I need some rollerblades to come through this airport. But they have those moving escalator thingies.
Oh yeah, the
So
flat
I took a
walkways. Yeah,
yeah, I took advantage of that.
yeah, that's always great at the airport. That's always good. It's just that some people are assholes and walk, while it's moving. It's like, yo, this is what it's designed for. You don't have to walk on
Yeah, they were walking past me and everything.
it. Yeah, I hate those kind of people. Just use the damn thing what it's designed to do. Just let it move you. You don't need to walk on this thing.
Yeah, so it's a big adjustment coming from the East Coast till over here, and then being in the snow. When I came here, it's like negative 14 degrees.
Negative.
Today
Oh,
was a warm day. It's like 28 degrees. The ice was melting and everything. But
damn.
it had snowed like a couple of days ago.
So
Like
what?
a
You're
couple.
contracted? You
Yeah,
contracted to go up there? You just found work?
yeah. They contracted up here,
Okay,
so I get to travel all over.
that's cool. That's really cool. I try to avoid all work up north. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't
They
want
have
to do
some
it.
work. I could go back to Georgia, but I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, I understand. The when I was doing installation work and doing machine repair, um, the only time I would go to Georgia is if I went to Atlanta, and sometimes they had me go on like some of the black colleges,
Hmm.
and I would do work there, so I didn't mind doing that, but I never had to do anything like how you had to do is just go in an area where you feel like you're not wanted. I've never done that.
But the good thing is there's some few people from Florida here, and some of the people I came across, they're pretty nice and stuff like
Okay,
that. So,
okay.
which is a good thing. I've been here since February. It's cool.
Man, you've been up there that long?
Hmm.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
I had just went home right after New Year, so I only like was home for like 3 weeks, and then
Okay.
I was on the airplane again.
Hmm.
So I never really unpacked.
So you're a traveling chef.
Hmm.
That's some dope shit. I gotta hire you for my wedding or whatever service y'all do. Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's some cool dope shit. Wow. Yeah, that's like a traveling nurse. Yeah,
Yeah,
traveling chef.
they trying to keep me here.
Do you like it there? I know it's cold as
Um,
shit, but you might like it.
I mean, I lived in Lake Tahoe before. I mean, but it's not the same cold, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
because
Denver,
this
yeah,
weather here
North
is
Denver is freezing.
bipolar.
I've been there, and that's
I
freezing.
think it's because
I've
I
never
was
been back
really,
there.
really close to Canada. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. North Dakota, boy. I remember I had
Yeah,
to
we
work on
got.
a few pieces of equipment out in Denver, out in the cold, and I don't know. I was feeling. I don't know. It just felt strange. I guess being in the altitude, and I'm not used to being in such high altitude. I was like, yo, I can't do it. And it's funny because after I left, right after I left, a huge snowstorm came. So I was like, I just barely missed it. So it's like, but the next time he's like, hey, you want to go back? I was like, nope, I don't want to ever want to go back. I don't want to go back ever again. I've seen enough. I don't think the next, if I do ever go back, I'll probably go skiing, but I'm never going to go back to work up there ever again. I would never
Like
do that
they
again.
said, the winter it should be over, but they're saying it's gonna snow all the way maybe up to May,
Wow. Yeah,
and
you
then
up that close to, yeah, in Canada, yeah, close to Canada, yeah, you're more likely to get still to get snow because I think that's on the same plane as the UP of Michigan, and they still kind of get snow almost up until the summer.
hmm
So yeah, that's about right.
so
Yeah, I'm
like
staying
that
away
when
from
that
there.
bad winter storm came through, it just hit everything up this way.
Yeah, I'm staying in the south.
Oh,
I'm good.
I have meant to mention, like when I had got here, and this some of the contractors live here in the hotel.
Mhm.
So I seen this guy being rolled out in the chair, like the computer chair, out the front
Mhm.
door. And what happened to him? He works in the oil field overnight,
Mhm.
and he fell in 10 feet of water in the tank.
Oh my God.
And he said he couldn't even. He was trying to stand up, and the guy at the front desk was helping him. He said he could not even feel his right leg,
Oh,
and he was all bruised up.
I'm hoping he ain't got amputated. Man,
ten
that's the
feet
thing.
into water.
I thought about doing that, like, when I left high school, working in the oil fields, because I had a friend that went out and did that, in
They
the
make pretty
Midwest,
good
working.
money.
Yeah, but it's dangerous work. Yeah, I had one that did that, and also had one that ended up working on an oil platform out in the Gulf of Mexico,
Hmm.
and they make pretty good money, but it's dangerous as hell. I mean, I just don't want to die, or if it blows up, I don't want to be right next to it.
That's the downside of that is here they have you work 48 hours straight, no
Yeah.
sleep.
Yep. 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 I
And then
already.
if they call you back, you got to go back.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's money, but
but the
you
money was
gotta.
there. The money is there though. Yeah. It's just
I
that's
hear
a
women go
long
out there
time.
and everything, but out in that snow, mm-mm.
And then you're inhaling all that toxic shit from the when they blow off the valves, to relieve pressure.
Hmm.
You're inhaling all that stuff, and that's all carcinogenic. I mean, all carcinogenic. That's all carcinogenic material coming out of those valves, and that shit shortens your life pretty quick. You got all those carcinogens coming out of the valves, and they blow off. And is the pipeline? Well, I'm interested to know if that's the people you working for. If that's the pipeline that I did contracting for. That's because they had Enbridge going up that way. Because we contracted with Enbridge and also contracted up in Michigan, and I think they contracted out that way too towards the Midwest. I don't know.
I'm not sure what company
It
they
is okay.
they have,
I know Enbridge Petroleum
but
is up
that
that way.
name sounds familiar.
Okay.
But I
Yeah, I
know
did
what they know. The one guy told me that he works. He used to be out there, and he said he worked 2 weeks and he left because
left.
he
Yeah.
was 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like three guys holding up this, I guess, tube or pipe,
Hmm.
and somebody let go and to do something, and they didn't tell him, and he was holding it up. He was like it was over 1,000 pounds of pressure, and he just buckled down.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hurt or whatever, but just let go and say no. I think it was like his first 2 weeks there. And then if you get hurt, you're not the company that you think you're working for to get,
Hmm.
workman comp or whatever, is not
Hmm.
actually the company.
Yeah, it's
So
all
yeah,
contracted. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yep.
it's hard to get workman's comp or anything from that
Just like
because you don't know who your boss is.
it's like the prior company I was with. We were contracted through Enbridge Petroleum, and it was very hard to get in touch with people. I'll tell you this: the oil company. I know when we send them the bill for when we're done with our job, they didn't caulk it the price at all. It'd be like 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand. They write that check like it's just a dollar. I remember when our we had a sales guy go out there because they were behind on their bills. They're like, damn, we don't know what they're gonna say when we give them this $300,000 bill. They wrote that thing off like it was nothing. Like they just wrote the check, but it was net 30, so we had to wait 30 days for the money to hit the account. But they wrote that check like it was nothing. They didn't give a damn. Like the oil companies do not give a damn when it comes to money.
They make
They got
money.
it. Yeah, they make. I mean, they cash out all the time. When we had to go out there, they didn't care. When they had to replace equipment, they didn't care. They didn't even care if the equipment was broken. We had to tell them it was broken. You're like, hey, this thing's been broken since the last time we came here. And they're like, okay, go ahead and fix it. And they're like, geez.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's
a long.
getting
I'll
late.
probably do it again
All
soon.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna mosey around and still,
Be
try and find
nosy.
somewhere else to go. Yeah.
Oh, yo, I seen the your friend was live talking about she got banned off Tyra banned her off the StreamYard.
Who?
Empress Love.
Oh, she got banned. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't see that this morning. I knew that was coming because he was talking junk about her yesterday and Friday. Like he was calling her Empress No Lonnie Love for her Empress Lonnie No Love for her husband. It's like, damn, she a
Mm-mm-mm.
wild woman, man.
I know y'all was telling me she was doing some crazy stuff on Friday.
Drinking and driving, wild Ubering. That's some crazy stuff. You got people. Pray to
She was
God her information
Ubering.
don't get out. Ubering while drinking and driving.
Oh no, see,
That woman
something wrong with
nuts.
her.
That woman is nuts. She was live this morning listening to True Freeman, and like it's in the speaker of the car. You can hear the customers in the back of the car coming in and out. I was like, yo, you got this shit playing. Tyra would be talking about the most disgusting shit. Can
You
you
got the people
imagine?
in the Uber listening to True Freeman.
Yeah. Tyra said something about John saying he gonna rape me in the ass. And I hear the customer in the background and she said, all right, see you later, getting out the car. I'm like, yo, if I was the customer, I would have reported her ass. I'm like, man, what the fuck am I listening to?
They
That
probably
is
think she
crazy.
crazy. I happened to go and see she put up something and she was at Planet Fitness and she was like
She's the
nobody's
only person
inside.
I've ever seen. She's the only person I've ever seen that will work out at Planet Fitness and eat a sandwich at the same time. And I'm like, what is
Yeah,
the point? What are you doing? She'll work out and eat, not all the time, but she'll do that. Like she'll just get off the treadmill and then go and get oysters or go get food. Or she'll bring something to the gym and eat it while she's working out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? She's crazy.
something wrong with her.
I think she's Rashida Strober. She's close to Rashida Strober crazy. I mean, that's my opinion, but she's close. She's great. When I went up on the panel, I had an ear pounding headache. I don't mean to keep you up here, but I just had an ear pounding headache.
No, I was like, I saw you said she was yelling, and I was like,
Yeah.
I had it on my TV, and I had to turn my TV down.
Yo, and I had my beats on. I had my over the ears, like the over the head ear, and then cover my ears.
Uh
I had
huh.
to take them off and put my head down because my head was hurting and my ears started ringing. And I was like, yeah, I got to get off. That's why I was just on the panel. I was like, hey, yo, Lonnie, I just got to go. And the dude on the panel, he was just being a dick, saying,
Yeah,
no, man, you ain't got to.
he was doing too much on the panel, roasting
Yeah.
everybody up there.
I was like, man, I don't even got time for this idiot. My ears hurt. Whatever, man. I just left. I was like, yo, this woman is too loud, man.
I
But
feel sorry for whoever her boyfriend or husband is.
she apparently has a husband. I don't believe it. Hey, you in that same stream? I think D Rizzo got it up. So she wrote. I saw it live because I was on the panel. She wrote, suck my D, but she wrote suck wrong. She wrote it SICK.
Mm-mm.
I looked. I was like, yo, you can't spell suck. You put an I in sick. Like, I don't understand what this motherfucker can't spell. I was like, yo, I'm dead, man.
I was looking for that stream that she was talking about Greg, but I didn't see it.
She might have. I think she put it on private now. I don't know. It might be still up. I don't remember. I jumped off of it. I couldn't deal with that no more. I was like, man, that woman too loud. She's too loud. I think the moment I jumped off, somebody said that they made a joke about facts over feelings being molested as a kid, and I was like, what? I said, I'm glad I jumped off that shit.
Yeah,
Yo,
that shit was crazy that night. St. Patrick's Day was in full effect.
yeah, it sure was. It sure was. But all right, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you around.
All right, thanks for coming through and
No
showing me some
problem.
love, and we'll
All
do
right,
this
Regis.
again. Shout out to everybody that stopped through. I appreciate every one of y'all. Gonna end the broadcast. I'm gonna go ahead and give me some to eat and rest and hit the streets of YouTube.